So we have recently discussed most, if not all, of Agent Smith's powers, what he is capable of doing, and what he was allowed to do in the simulation before and after his code was corrupted by the One. Now, it is time to try and cover every power his opposite had, the integral anomaly himself, Neo. Welcome to Matrix Explained.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
Before we begin today's video, we would like to proudly announce Matrix Explained memberships. Members will unlock badges and emojis for live chat and video premieres, alongside other benefits such as early access to videos and more, with other benefits being added in the near future. This directly helps us to continue to make content for all Matrix fans. So please join us and enjoy today's video. Just as we did with Agent Smith, we're going to divide Neo's powers into two stages, before resurrection and after resurrection. The two stages can also be defined as the Red Pill stage and the One stage. Let us begin with the Red Pill stage. Thomas Anderson's first talent was with computers. During the day, he was a computer programmer for one of the top software companies in the world, and at night, he was a super hacker. His ability as a hacker is an appropriate foreshadowing of his future ability to hack the world itself, as in the Matrix. After Neo awakens from the Matrix, he goes through a rigorous martial arts training within the construct, the Resistance's own virtual program. Neo's intelligence and mental fortitude allowed him to learn a number of fighting styles within a short amount of time. Though any Red Pill can learn virtually anything while connected to the Resistance computer, like how to fly a helicopter, Neo's ability to learn and adapt seems to far surpass everyone else. As Tank once said, he's a machine. Now as a Red Pill, Neo can bend some of the rules of the Matrix. He cannot yet break the rules, but he can make use of certain abilities, such as super speed. However, his abilities to bend the rules also supersedes any other Red Pill, including Morpheus and Trinity. The man can dodge bullets like an agent. He fought and survived a one-to-one fight against Agent Smith. Remember, this was before he was reborn as the One. Speaking of the One, let's move on to the next stage. It's debatable whether or not reviving himself is one of Neo's abilities, since he never did it again in the sequels. However, he does have the ability to revive someone who has died in the Matrix. He brought Trinity back from the dead. After he resurrected, Neo then saw the Matrix as a code. He could see the simulation as it truly is. This allowed him to become a super hacker. He can now manipulate the Matrix in real time. He can break all the rules established in the simulation. He can even stop bullets. He was stronger, faster, and more agile than the newer version of the agents, though he was still vulnerable, as explained in the Matrix wiki page, and I quote, "Although his physical endurance is immense, Neo can still be harmed or killed, as evidenced by an injury that Neo suffers while blocking a sword with his hand. His endurance is also finite." When confronted by masses of Smith clones in the second film, Neo was forced to escape rather than continue fighting, though he easily overpowered at least 40 Smith clones and threw about 50 off him. And upon being disconnected from the Matrix, he appeared exhausted and winded. End quote. Neo was still stronger than Smith, as he was able to resist the ex-agent from assimilating him. Only at the end did Neo allow himself to be assimilated in order to let Deus Ex Machina to use his body as a catalyst to finally destroy Smith. During his fight against the Exiles, he showed off some telekinesis skills. Neo could also fly at very high speeds. Going back to the wiki, Neo's speed and strength was immense, and I quote, "His reflexes are great enough to dodge bullets. Neo's strength and speed level have never been accurately measured. He is known to be capable of Mach 8 at least, and Mach 10 under stress, but his upper limit has never been shown. In the third movie, Neo has reached his apparent full strength. He is capable of withstanding a direct physical punch from Smith, and is also able to hold his own in a prolonged fight, though his endurance is not without limit. He can fight Smith to a standstill, but not defeat him." End quote. Neo also gained the ability to see the Matrix beyond space and time, as in he can see into the future. According to the Oracle, Neo has the power of sight.
Do you see her die?
No.
You have the sight now, Neo. You are looking at the world without time.
Neo also had the potential to destroy the Matrix itself. According to the Architect, if the anomaly is not controlled, it represents a serious danger to the stability of the simulation.
As I was saying, she stumbled upon a solution whereby nearly 99% of all test subjects accepted the program as long as they were given a choice, even if they were only aware of the choice at a near unconscious level. While this answer functioned, it was obviously fundamentally flawed, thus creating the otherwise contradictory systemic anomaly that, if left unchecked, might threaten the system itself. Ergo, those that refuse the program, while a minority, if unchecked, would constitute an escalating probability of disaster.
Neo's powers are not just limited to the simulation. As explained by the Oracle, the powers of the One can reach beyond the Matrix.
The power of the One extends beyond this world. It reaches from here all the way back to where it came from.
Where?
The source. That's what you felt when you touched those Sentinels, but you weren't ready for it. You should be dead, but apparently you weren't ready for that either.
In the real world, Neo can destroy the Sentinels using his mind. This is possible due to the technology embedded in his brain. Neo is a human-machine hybrid. He still has a connection to the Matrix, even when he is not directly connected to it. The man gained yet another ability when he lost his eyes. He can see the machines in the real world in golden code. He was also able to see Smith inside Bane's body in the same golden code. And finally, to elaborate on how Neo still has a connection with the Matrix in the real world without being jacked in, we've theorized that this could be possible due to a type of wireless antenna built into his brain. Neo's abilities were almost limitless, yet he was never able to escape the Matrix's control. In fact, many of his abilities could be attributed to the Oracle and/or the Architect's intervention. Yet sadly, Neo's powers weren't enough to free humanity. Apparently in Matrix 4, Neo will once again just be Thomas Anderson, a man who does not remember who he was. He has no powers. He is a clean slate and somehow must remember and relearn everything. Maybe we will never again see Neo as strong as he once was. This new Neo may just only reach potential or red pill status. For now, we can only hope that we will see Neo regain his abilities as the One, and maybe manifest some new ones. Thankfully, we won't have to wait much longer. But do you agree? What other abilities does Neo have that we forgot to mention? For Matrix Explained, please leave a like and subscribe. And thank you for visiting the Desert of the Real.